Welcome back in. Shout out to Stare Down Sports. Stare Down Greatness. We got Week 15 upon us in the NFL. Week 15. Wow. Officially no more bye weeks. We are officially full steam ahead until the playoffs. We talked about it yesterday. We got some teams that are officially eliminated from the playoffs, and their season is going to be over in 3 weeks. Still a lot to play for some of these teams as guys play for their NFL careers, to keep them going, to play for a championship and whatnot. So we got that to talk about in the NFL. Along with that, it's going to be a little bit heavy NFL at the beginning, and then towards the end, we'll talk a little bit of Army Navy. We got that going on this weekend. And then, hey, hope you brought your bowling shoes today, because we're going to talk about a few bowl games. We'll just take a sneak peek at a few of these. Not going to go over too many, just simply for the fact that, let's be honest, we have like 3 or 4 weeks of bowling season upcoming. We got a bye week pretty much until the college football playoffs. Ooh, baby, it's going to be a fun one. So, yeah, without any further ado, I think it's time for us to, head over to that Pickem board. So, like we always do, we start out with Pickem, and hey, you'd love to see it. I think I'm not even mad about my losses because we only had two of them things. But no, and truly, I was that Bills one was frustrating. If I could flip that, I was looking back even too. It's like, man, I don't think I'd flip that with KC. Don't really think I'd flip that with Cincy, and even then, that's 7. I mean, I was just trying to find a way to talk to myself. I'm like, man, I really don't think I would have put my 10 anywhere. So that's just more of a fact where I'm just like, damn, you know what? Good shit, Rams. I think the Rams just stole a really good game there. But overall, I mean, as you can see, passed a lot of the people we need to pass, ahead of a lot of people we need to be ahead of a lot of the people we need to be ahead of. Man, that was like almost a damn near tongue twister. So, I mean, if you look at that, and then you look at this, I mean, hey, people, hey, now. We looking pretty good, man. Shout out to your boy. 2 massive back-to-back weeks. Massive back-to-back weeks. Now, it has us literally sitting that anything's possible. We were down 70 points out of first place, like 3-4 weeks ago when I was sitting there being like, hey, we got to start. Just keep hacking away. And now we've had 2 excellent leads because that's all we needed. All we needed was 2 excellent weeks to get us back into it. Now, 5 points out of the podium, finished at the minimum, and we're 21 points out of first. I mean, it is truly anything's possible. All we need now, I mean, there's this week and then 3 more weeks to end the season. And I mean, hey, we stand a chance. It's going to be a tough race to finish out just because we started down so far. But if we can keep this little hot streak going, we might just be all right, man. So I think we should probably hop into today with that being said. Taking a quick look back at the week that was. But, man, I want to pat myself on the back. I'm just kidding. In all honesty, though, I'm really, really happy because you can see the gap. The gap from third now, I'm only 5 points behind third, and I'm almost 30 points ahead of fifth. So the fact that gap's now starting to separate a little bit like that is huge because we need to stay the hell away from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we need to keep our eyes on 3, 2, 1. So without any said, we're going to head into this week. Hopefully this will go a little bit smoother today because your boy had a doctor's appointment, so I had an extra like 15, not even 15, probably like 30 minutes to watch before we got on, or look at some more stuff, get some last minute stuff in. So I think we're ready. Side note though, your boy has a double hernia. Hernia on both sides of his groins. Ain't that some shit? Been working too hard to find y'all people winner. Anyway, that's what I at least been telling myself. It's like, yeah, been coaching fantasy too hard. Been finding these winners too hard. So that's why I got a hernia. Definitely wasn't from the gym. No, in all seriousness, side note, your boy can't wait to get this fixed. But we got like another month, it looks like, upcoming of me potentially moving around a lot in the chair and everything. So shout out to y'all or shout out to y'all for putting up with what I'm about to do. But enough about me, enough about my groins, double groin injury. Let's go to the Pickem board. And now we're going to go to we're probably going to pick the Rams, man. They had a really awesome game last time out. Now it's a quick turnaround. They played the 49ers, who also had a really awesome game against the Bears. But the Rams played the Bills and looked that impressive. Very curious to see if now they can do it again. Very curious. I think they possibly can. And now, I mean, this game pretty much decides I'm not going to say it's going to decide who becomes second place in the division, but this is massive. The Rams have been on a massive win streak. They have to keep winning if they want to make the playoffs or even have a shot at the division at that as well. So we're going to go Rams there. Kansas City, Cleveland. This spread keeps dropping, which is awesome for our bets because there's a good chance now we're probably going to end up betting Kansas City because it's starting to – we talked about we're going to fade in most of the games. Now it's starting to get to a point where it's like, all right, this number's getting a little bit too low. So we're thinking about that there. And by the way, god damn it, we made it. Made it so long. Cincinnati, Tennessee. Give me Cincinnati here, especially with Tennessee coming off a bad loss. Especially coming off a bad loss. Holy shit, I forgot how bad that was. I was thinking they were the Jags and they at least won it. So it's like, yeah, they won 10-6. Still wasn't pretty, but ain't nothing pretty about that. Saints, no, especially with Derek Carr out now, I have to go with Washington Commanders there. I just don't think I could talk myself in the Saints. And so, I'm sorry about that. I got sidetracked looking at something. Baltimore against... I don't know if that's going to change, but there's a good chance that probably sticks. Wow, 97% on Denver. I know. We'll get to that game in a second. Carolina, Dallas. You know what? I'm going to do it. We talked about them a lot more than we should have yesterday. Especially when they were playing the Eagles. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the damn Carolina Panthers, man. They've been playing so damn good. Chuba Hubbard and the boys. Adam Thielen been balling out. Shout out Bryce Young, man. I think we're going to take Carolina. Truly, this is going to be like my 2-3 point game at best. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if the Cowboys win, but with how hot the Panthers have been, and they're at home, why not? We gave out their season under, which sucks, because now all of a sudden they're starting to look pretty good, but yeah, we're going Carolina there. Jets, Jacksonville. I got to take the Jets, man. Oh, man, I really hope they don't bite us in the butt again. Houston, Miami, I'm going to take Houston, but I won't lie. This is going to be a very low point total for me. Miami needs to win this game. That's probably going to change, by the way. I just want to get a number down. Miami needs this game to make the playoffs. Absolutely. I mean, like, they have to win this game, especially stay in contention. Another loss probably puts them out of it. And speaking of another team, another loss puts them out of it as well. I'm going to do it, man. I'm going to do it. Anthony Richardson really showed me stuff I liked last week. The only thing that scared me is the Broncos are playing pretty good, but we've seen them at points in this season. I know their defense is really good. And I know the Colts have had their issues and had some serious issues. But Broncos they've had games where they aren't the best. I'm not going to act like any of those have been somewhat recent, but both teams are coming off a bye too, so there's no bye advantage. But 41-32 victory over the Rams, 29-19 win over there, 38-6 win there. I mean, the Ravens beat them 41-10. That was probably their last worst loss. But I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those games where I know obviously I am a Colts fan, but it's after what I saw against Anthony Richardson against the Jets, albeit the Jets. I mean, the fact that he was able to do some stuff. I mean, he might be able to give him problems. We're going to have to see though. We're going to leave it. If anything, I was going to put a low number on Denver. We might as well just pick our boys. And if they lose this week, probably going to pick them next week because they play the Titans. But I don't know. There might be a few weeks where we don't take them. Detroit, Buffalo. This is going to be a tough one. I think Buffalo, especially coming off Buffalo's coming off a tough one. That's a tough game to lose. That's tough. That might have to be... I think I'd almost rather do that, yeah. I think we're going to leave that for right now. Philly, Pittsburgh. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. This is going to be an awesome football game. I think either one of these teams could truly win it. I'm just going to go with the home team in this situation. That's really all it's laying down to. Buffalo Bills were home. No joke. I might actually consider taking them, genuinely. It's just, man, Detroit, with how hurt their defense is, that could become an issue. With how bad Buffalo's defense can be, that could become an issue for them. So this is a game where truly, I mean, two very similar teams, but yet not the same at all. So they make some sense. Now, I'm also Josh Allen, Jared Goff. I mean, it's tough. I could talk myself truly on either side in that game. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh. I'm going to take Philly here. Pittsburgh has a tough stretch, though. So we're probably going to be fading them the next 3 games because they have 3 games in 10 days. And it is going to be a tough stretch because they got this game. They got a game, I want to say it's next Thursday or Saturday. And then they got a game against Wednesday against the Chiefs. So they got a tough schedule coming ahead of them. So it's going to be interesting to see how they keep up physically, especially with, I mean, they already have George Pickens out with the hamstring. They've had some guys on defense banged up. That's going to be something to keep an eye on. We're going to put a low number on Arizona because I genuinely think there's a chance New England wins this game. This is New England's probably last chance to win a game this year based on their schedule and some of the stuff I've seen. So, I don't know. I ain't been the biggest fan of what I've seen. I've not been the biggest fan of what I've seen out of the Arizona Cardinals lately, so I just don't think I can go there with them. Bucks, Chargers. I am going to go Chargers here. I think the Bucks, this is going to be another game I'll probably put low points on. I think it's going to be a really tough game. I just have to go with the Chargers here. I think they're going to be able to edge them out just slightly. Especially if Bucky Irvin is banged up for another week. I think they'll be able to take advantage of the run game there. But another game where I wouldn't be shocked if the Bucs win it, but I just like what the Chargers have been doing. And we're going to trust in Harbaugh and Herbert. H&H, baby. Just missing the other H to make it Triple H. Green Bay, Seattle. I actually kind of want to take Seattle. I'm not going to lie to you. Kind of want to take Seattle, but we're going to stick with Green Bay. I thought they played the Detroit Lions pretty good last week, so we're just going to stick with them for mainly that reason and just the fact they've been playing so damn good. But that's going to be a tough game, dude. Seattle has been playing very, very good. They looked really good against the Cardinals last time out. I don't know if Kenneth Walker's coming back this week. Sounds like he might miss another game this week, but there's a good chance he plays next week then, if that's the case, I would assume. Not 100% sure there, so we're going to have to keep our eyes on that situation. Minnesota, Chicago. We're going to go Minnesota there. There's no reason to take Chicago, especially we did no new coach theory last game, and they got the doors blown off them, so they don't got any new energy for that new coach. And this, I just don't. I don't know. I feel bad for Caleb a little bit now, man. Ain't gonna lie. Double Monday night, double header, double Monday night game. 2 Monday night games. This late in the season? Okay. Atlanta Falcons, Las Vegas Raiders. We will take Atlanta here, but boy, wouldn't it be hilarious if they lost that game. Another week. That's the third week in a row where I've not taken many dogs. But I just can't. I mean, we've talked ourselves into all the dogs, though. I mean, like Cowboys, if they win, wouldn't be too shocked. I guess technically the Carolina is a dog, I guess. Now the Cowboys have been more favorited on the pick side, so I guess we picked 2 dogs. Ain't too bad. But I don't know. New England's another one I wouldn't be shocked. Tampa Bay, another one I wouldn't be shocked by. There's a lot of those situations where I'm also trying to pick on the same side of my family as I think they would pick, and then also the same part, it's like, man, I don't want to risk losing the points, and also it's just like, I don't know. I guess we got 3 dogs counting the Rams, so I guess that's good enough. I don't know. This is a weird situation. I don't know the best way to describe it. Probably just as a nice medium hedge in my family while also hedging kind of what I'm thinking, I guess. I don't know. We might have to take that back up to the chalkboard and figure some stuff out. But now we're going to do points and tiebreakers and all that, so that's where this part comes in. We'll go 24-17. We'll go 20-28. Who's going to score the most this week? Baltimore. Who's going to score the least this week? Who has a bad quarterback starting? That's Drake May, so no there. Tommy DeVito's not playing. Saints. We'll go Saints. Who is missing Derek Carr, who is probably out for the season now with his injury, which sucks for them. That really does suck. But it also makes me wonder, is that the last snap that we saw of Derek Carr in a New Orleans Saints jersey? I don't know. But we don't need to talk about that. We'll move on to this point now. We kind of just had a weird 2 minutes right there where I tried to explain something, kind of didn't explain it the best, and now we're talking about Derek Carr. Not the most exciting 2 minutes in this show's history. Anyway, though, now we're going to start doing some points, throwing down some numbers and everything. We'll do a 5 for there now. That's probably going to change. So we're going to go 15. Since he gets Tennessee, I feel pretty good about that. There's 15. I do feel pretty good about them just mainly because of the backup, but we'll go 12. Kansas City, Cleveland. I just don't think they're going to lose the Jameis isn't going to do it, right? We'll go 13, actually. Actually, we might have to go back to that because I don't know where any of my other big numbers can go. Atlanta has to win this game, it feels like, so we're going to go 10 there. That feels like almost as must-win as it can get. We'll go 11 there. Jets, Jacksonville. I mean, that feels like they should win that, you would think. Especially Mac Jones starting. Rams, we'll go somewhat low. We'll go little 4-ball Jamal on the Rams there. So that leaves us with 7, 8, 14. So Chiefs are probably for sure getting up 14 at this point. Philadelphia, Pittsburgh will go 8. I actually don't mind that. Chargers, that will go 7. And then what's truly do I feel for this game? Probably Green Bay, Seattle. We'll go 6. We might honestly just bump everyone up 1 at this point. If we do that. don't think that'll be too bad. I think that actually might end up working out. Not that. I just can't get myself there with Atlanta. We'll go 8, 10, 11. We'll go 13. Fuck it. We'll just go 13 Minnesota. Incomplete. There we go. Alright. I think that'll do it. So let's go over. Sorry, I accidentally clicked something a little too early there, boy. This is what we're looking at for Pickem now for this week. Not too shabby at all. Favorite pick? Baltimore, baby. No. Probably is Baltimore, though. Let's be honest. This is 15 points spread. We put our 16 on it. Should probably feel pretty good about that one. I'm excited to see some of these upsets. I am really... That Colts game is going to be an interesting one because I legitimately think they have an outside shot. Based off some of the stuff I've seen from Anthony Richardson, it's like if he can keep like progression getting better, why not? The Rams could set the tone, especially if we get the Rams win early. That would be an awesome one to set the tone for the week. But overall, yeah, that's what I'm thinking for pick. I'm not too mad about it. Think these will do. So without any further ado, let's head over now and give out my bets for these games and finish the breakdowns. So as said, we'll pretty much finish the breakdowns. I kind of did my first part going through Pick'em, so if you want to hear all the full thoughts, go back and watch some of that. If you just skip to the bets part, hey, welcome in. And for some of you, you're probably just going to skip to the straight all bets where I just give them out. Can't blame you. Anyway, moving on though. So we got Rams +3 over the 49ers. So obviously since we're betting the Rams, so we're going to go Rams +3, Rams +3. Who do I want to... Cooper Kupp had a good game. Puka Nacua had a good game. So I really can't decide between the two. I've been struggling. I think I'm going to stick with Kupp. Puka went heavy in last week, so I feel like they're not going to give him a week off per se, but be a little bit lighter on the load for him just because of how bad it was. Isaac Grindo, I don't know if he's fully going to play or not. Him and Patrick Taylor have the same odds to score a touchdown. So that tells me that they pretty much think that, yeah, one of them dudes ain't playing. And by one of them dudes, I'm talking Isaac Grindo. Potentially, he's at 50-50, I would assume, at that point. Israel Bandicanda at +300 might not be a bad sprinkle to score a touchdown, especially if Grindo doesn't play. So we'll give that out. So Bandicanda is +300. That's only if Grindo doesn't play. But yeah, we'll take Cooper Kupp +310 for a touchdown. We'll probably take Puka too at +125 right now. This might be another team where we do the trio. Take those two. And then take Kyron Williams at +165 and hope 2 of the 3 hit. That's probably where I'm leaning at, if we're being honest. It hasn't worked. I mean, I'll be honest, A.J. Brown hasn't scored in the Eagles in almost a month, it feels like, but it's not been a bad strategy for the Eagles, because usually 2 out of the 3 score, and with how hot the Rams have been as of late, I mean, shit, I think all 3 got in last game, so I think at least 2 of those out of the 3 will. I just can't put my finger on it for sure, so we're gonna take both. Take both and hope it works out. Matthew Stafford over 128 to throw 2 passing touchdowns. I do like that. Brock Purdy's -106 to throw 2 if you think he can do that. I don't think that's bad at all. I might be sprinkling both for sure, but we're going to for sure be on that Matt Stafford over 1.5 passing touchdowns. I do like that a lot. So Rams +3, Stafford over 1.5 passing touchdowns. And then we will go Bandicanda touchdown if Garindo's out, and we'll also go Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua touchdowns. Receiving prop-wise, Puka's at 88, Kupp's at 62. I'll probably go Cooper Kupp, because it's so much lower at 62.5. Kyron Williams, his rushing yards, pretty low. I'm sorry, not rushing yards, receiving yards. Kyron Williams over 9.5 receiving yards. Give me that, too. That feels pretty low for that. And then we might do some George Kittle stuff. I don't know. Probably stay away from that for the time being. Commanders, 7.5-point favorites over the Saints. I really want this to drop to 7. We'll do it. Give me the Commanders -7.5. If I'm going to take it at 7, I guess I'll take it at 7.5. I think they're going to win this game by about 8 to 10 anyway. Truly about 10-ish, if we're being honest. So I have no issue at all taking Commanders -7.5. I like Brian Robinson to score. That's probably going to be the only guy I give out in this game. Other than that, I'll probably watch live. Probably have another name or two I'll throw into the article potentially. But yeah, Brian Robinson, as of right now, is the only guy I like to score for sure. And then they don't have any of the props up yet. But I'm probably not going to take anything Saints-wise because of all the injuries they're dealing with and all that. Maybe take some Kendre Miller stuff. Maybe for the Saints. But past that, if not, we're going to probably take some Terry McLaurin stuff. Maybe Zach Ertz stuff. And that's for sure. We're going to take Commanders by 7.5. Brian Robinson score touchdown. We're going to take Brian Robinson's rushing over. And then past that, we'll probably maybe sprinkle in something else. But my main bets are Commanders by 7.5, Brian Robinson touchdown and rushing over. Bengals minus 4.5 over the Titans. I do like that. I think that their defense needs to hold out. That's the only thing that scares me is, man, their defense has made some people look really good. I mean, Cowboys put up 20 on them with Cooper Rush. So I'm hoping that if the Cowboys could only put up 20, and I honestly thought they might put up like 24, 28, I'm hoping that they can keep the Titans to about 17, less than that. And if that's the case, Joe Burrow's going to do that. Joe Burrow's going to score enough points. It's just a matter of the defense is going to get the stop. Best way to put it. We're going to take Joe Burrow to throw another 3 touchdown passes as well. That's on an NBA Jam. He has hit now 5 or 6 games in a row. Can't remember which. But 3+ passing touchdowns. It should be plus money. Last week it was plus 220. I gave it out plus 180. 3 passing touchdowns for Burrow. Got to take that. Jamar Chase is also on an NBA Jam for touchdowns. So we're going to take Jamar Chase to score a touchdown. And we're also going to take Chase Brown touchdown. But I don't see the props just yet. But I'm tempted to take some of Jamar Chase's stuff. But we'll probably... He's been having some awesome games. So I might just end up betting Jamar Chase. Score some receiving yards. For sure taking him to score. And then for the Titans, the only person I'm interested in taking is... What's his name? There's no one. I can't. I just spaced it. Oh, Chase Brown for the Bengals is another guy. I'm going to bet his rushing over, but past that, yeah, I'm not. I'm not touching the rest of this game. Dolphins, 2.5-point dogs to the Texans. I'm actually going to stay away. I don't know. I honestly think the Dolphins have an outside chance to steal this. So I'm going to stay away. If anything, maybe take the Texans live if they go down, get them at plus money. CJ Stroud's rush over, I don't mind that. I think that as long as it's under like 8 to 9, if it's under 8.5 or 9.5, I like it. Anything above that, I'll probably stay away from it. Joe Mixon is minus 250 score, which I do like him, but because it's so big, we probably won't give it out. We'll give out Nico instead. I do think Nico Collins scores here at plus 125. I do like Devon Achane to score at plus 110. I like how that's plus money. So I like those two things. Probably going to take Nico Collins receiving over. So we'll do that. Nico, rec over. We're going to take Devon Achane. Ooh. Devon Achane's reception over as long as it's under 5. AC, let me hope I remember that. And then, yeah. Devon Achane plus 110 to score. Nico Collins 125 to score. I do like Joe Mixon to score. The odds are just huge. And then prop-wise, let's see. Nico Collins 88.5. I do like that. They do have that up. So Nico Collins receiving over is 88.5. I do like that. Rushing-wise, Joe Mixon is at 83.5 yards there. I don't mind that at all. And then reception-wise, what's our boy at? Devon Achane over 4.5 minus 152. Odds are shit, but I don't mind that at all. And that's the point. Sucks. Minus 152 is some shit odds. Chiefs, 4.5-point favorites over the Browns. I'm riding the Chiefs minus 4.5 in red, but there's a good chance I just don't bet this game, and it's probably just a stay away from me. If I was going to pick a side, though, I'm going to go Chiefs. They were 6.5-point favorites at one point. This has now dropped 2 whole points. So that's very interesting, and something that's like, But I don't know. I just don't know if I can get myself around to the Browns, excuse me. We're going to take not Devon Achane, Isaiah Pacheco to score a touchdown, and past that, I probably won't take any other props in this game. Maybe take some D-Hop receiving props. Like, if he's reasonable, if it's like 5. Because I have him around like 5 for like 50, 60 in a score. I don't know. The Chiefs spread around the ball too much. So I'm kind of just like, I'm going to stay away. I'm not 100% sold on anything fully with this team yet. Obviously, as I've done every week, feel free to check out staredownsports.com. If I end up finding a lean, I will have it posted in the article, and I'll find a bet there for sure. But so far, for my first look through and everything, I'm just not sold on the Chiefs and most of their props. But, I mean, like I said, D-Hop, I don't mind his receiving over and everything. I don't mind Pacheco to score. Sorry, I just literally for a second just zoned out when I was writing, but don't mind Pacheco to score. Don't mind D-Hop's receiving over, but past that, Kelsey's a bit inconsistent. I would love to take him, but I don't know. We're probably just gonna stay away from the rest of it at that point. Wow, this is gonna be weird to give out. Am I even allowed to give this out? Give me the Panthers minus 148 on the money line over the Cowboys. I don't know. Watching Micah Parsons walk off the field last game and seeing how distraught and defeated he was, maybe that was the breaking point for this team. That's what it really is going to come down to. Was that the breaking point for this team where the season's lost and now these guys are kind of just playing for themselves to, like I said earlier, either continue their careers in the NFL, continue their success on the team, or just playing for a spot on either the team, NFL, or whatnot. Very curious to see how the Cowboys come out now after that loss, because that was a heartbreaking loss for them. Especially you block a punt, it goes past the line of scrimmage. Unlucky to begin with right there. Even more unlucky, you have a guy who gets a shit bounce and probably shouldn't have fielded it. It's like the shortstops with the. It's like the shortstop. You're too scared to play the hop. You get the bad hop. It's like you know what you do. If you're aggressive, you come up to it. You're probably gonna get the good hop. You sit and wait on it. You know you're gonna get that bad hop. Sure enough, bad hop. I don't know. Let's see if they're doing that. The Panthers, they've been pesky enough where they stay around in all these games, and they've been really, really close to winning it for a few weeks in a row now. So you know what? Let's do it. This is the week they win. Give me the Panthers on the money line. We're going to take Chuba Hubbard to score. The Chuba Buzz, Hubba Bubba. So I like Chuba to score. We're going to take some. We're going to find a way to get Thielen. I might do touchdown. I might do receptions. We're going to find a way to get Adam Thielen on that board, and we're going to find a way to get some bets on him because he's been balling out as of late. I just don't know if it's going to be receptions or receiving yards because those numbers aren't up yet. Well, I mean, I feel like there's a real trust between Bryce Young and Adam Thielen that just isn't there yet with like Xavier Legette and a few of the other guys. And then when it comes to Chuba Hubbard, I mean, he's the only running back in the backfield. Jonathan Brooks retore his ACL again. Hate that for the kid. And then, yeah, I'm just not taking the Cowboys. I'm going to be honest with you. We'll probably take some CD stuff as well. I mean, he had a really, really good game last time out, which we talked about yesterday. One reception away from nailing it. He scored, hit his receiving over. We gave out the 7 receptions. He had 6.5. Almost nailed that shit. And by the way, if you're still watching this late, much love to you. Please stick around to the end. I'll give out my records. Oh, I haven't shown off the records yet on the show, and it's been a minute, so I'll show those off at the end. Just because, yeah, it's been a full season of us not doing that. Jets, 3.5-point favorites over the Jags. No, not a chance. Not betting anything in this game. If I'm going to take anything, it's Devontae Adams to score, maybe, because he's been Adams props. I'm just going to write that, Adams props. That's all we're taking. I have no other reason to bet in this game. Just stay away from this game, honestly. Jags are 3.5-point favorites. I guess I would take them just on how the Jets have been playing, just because it's the number play. But at the same time, I'm not betting on the Jaguars. Hell no. Hell no. So we're going to probably take the Jets. Just kidding. We're taking Devontae Adams on the money line. The money line. We're going to take Devontae Adams receiving over. Probably take his reception over. And we're going to take him to score. But past that, yeah, I'm not going to be... It's going to be one of those games where I bet on Devontae Adams props and hopefully look back later and you see a few highlights of him and you're like, oh, shit, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, wait. Hey. It's kind of what we're hoping for being honest. Raven 16.5-point favorites now over the Giants. That number's just way too damn big. I don't think we're going to be fine. Let's be honest. Derrick Henry scored, Derrick Henry rushing over, but let's be honest. I don't think you're going to find any good numbers in this game at any reasonable price. And do these guys even play the full game against the Giants? I don't know. So I'm not going to bet anything in that game just for the simple fact. Number's too damn big, bro. way too damn big. Even if I tease it, like, ooh, cool, I'm going to tease it 9.5. Like, hey, imagine going up to somebody, hey, I just teased an NFL game down from 16.5 to 9.5. It's like, oh, what? Is it warm-up week? Is it the preseason? So, yeah, I got nothing in that game for you. Probably going to be an ass-kicking. If it's not an ass-kicking, something's really wrong with the Ravens, it feels like. Colts, 3.5-point dogs to the Broncos. I think you know what we're going here. I do like the Colts spread. I personally am taking Colts money line. I think they got a shot, man. I think they truly got a shot. Mind you, I'm going to put this on real quick while I'm talking about the Colts. Don't let it distract me. I'm definitely not biased about the Colts. But no, Anthony Richardson's been playing really, really good as of late. So is the Broncos, though. Let's be real. We just talked about it a little bit earlier ago when we were doing Pickem. I mean, the Broncos haven't had a really bad, ass-kicking game since, I think, November 2nd. So it's been over a month at this point, and they've been playing really, really good. Bo Nix looks really good. But for the Colts, I mean, this is a team that both these teams are basically fighting for the same playoff spot at this point, for the last wild card spot. If the Broncos win, Colts basically have no chance of catching them. If the Colts win, that will be huge for the tiebreaker, but instead they'll still be a game out instead of 2 games out. But this is a massive weekend for the Colts. The Colts have to win out pretty much to make the playoffs. So it all starts here with Denver, and this is a very tough game. Don't get me wrong. I think this is going to be a very tough game, but I'm excited to watch Anthony Richardson, see how he plays. If he can play how he's been playing these last few games, I mean, dude, if there's not as many drops as there was in the last Colts game against the Patriots, or if either Patriots or Jets, I believe it's Patriots, I mean, they could have blown them out. When we're talking guys are dropping the ball, like Anthony Richardson's throwing it 30, 40 yards. These guys are dropping the ball at the 10. Dropping the ball, I'm not going, Granson drops the ball at the 10 or 5. Adonai Mitchell drops the ball at the 10 or 5. It's like, man, if we can just complete these. I mean, so I can see a path. Will it happen? We'll have to see. The fact that they're on the road makes me a little bit nervous, but I truly think there is a chance, especially with Jonathan Taylor in the backfield and Anthony Richardson. I think the Colts got a shot, man. Give me a second now. So, yeah, give me the Colts money line. Like I said, give me Colts plus 3.5. We are going to take AR or Jonathan Taylor to touchdown. It's basically your preference. I'm probably going to lean Anthony Richardson this week. They gave Jonathan Taylor a few ones last week. I think both guys score. Potentially, but yeah, in a game where it's going to be super, super tough, I'm going to take those 2 guys. Probably take some Michael Pittman props, maybe. But past that, there's not really any guy I trust in this offense with how inconsistent their quarterback can be and with how inconsistent the passing targets end up. So past the Pittman props, and then JT to score, AR to score, maybe one of the rushing overs. I don't know. We got a Raiders update at QB. Aiden O'Connell's today's walkthrough, and Pierce said QB is feeling good and well. We'll see how the week goes as for him starting on Monday. So, as of right now, we're going to talk about this bet and plan on everything as it's Aiden O'Connell when we get to that point. Patriots plus 6.5 over the Cardinals. I'm actually going to take the Pats plus 6.5. Pats plus 6.5, and we're going to take Ramondre Stevenson to score a touchdown. And then that's probably about all we're going to take. Maybe take Drake May, some Drake May rushing stuff, Drake May TD. But past that, I mean, I don't want much investment at all in this game. I truly just think there's a chance that the Steelers, or not Steelers, excuse me. I think there's a chance the Patriots steal it. So I'm going to be on the betting side of the Patriots with the points. And I'm just going to hope they can keep this close. And like I said, this is one of their last few chances to win a game. The Cardinals have just bottomed out at this point. Everything seems like it's starting to hit that tailspin point. So this is a very critical moment for them as well, where a win would really go a long way for this team. So a win would be very, very much helpful. If not, could go a long way. And like I said, I'm not going to bet on the Cardinals how inconsistent they've been. So I might as well bet on the Patriots, a team that's really, really bad. So if it loses, it's like, all right, you bet on a bad team, you jackass. What do you expect? So I like Patriots to 6.5 and cover. Might even take them on the money line. We're for sure taking the 6.5. Love Ramondre Stevenson to score a touchdown. And we might look at Drake May's rushing and maybe some passing props. All right, so we got a few games to finish up here. Maybe a little bit more than a few. We don't got that many. Bucks, 3.5-point favorites over the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers -3. I just think this is a field goal game, honestly. So we'll take Chargers -3, hope it pushes. If it goes to start going 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. Might lean Bucks, but overall, I do think the Chargers probably win this game. I don't know. This is one of those games where I'll admit, it's 3.5 points, but in my eyes, it's a pick 'em. Obviously, that's not how it works, but just for me, I could truly see either of these teams winning. I just love the toughness factor I've seen out of the Chargers, and I love the way the Chargers have been playing, especially with no J.K. Dobbins as of late. And No Ladidi McConkey. Ladd should be back as well, which would help them out a lot. If he is back, we're going to be taking some Ladd props. If he's not back, probably going to stay away from this game other than taking the Chargers -3 and then hopefully maybe being able to catch them nice on the money line. Because -154, a little bit too much juice, man. Eagles, 5.5-point favorites over the Steelers. We're going to take a week off from betting the Eagles. They didn't cover against the Panthers, but I think there's a good chance they do cover against the Steelers maybe, but we're just going to watch this game from afar, pretty much, and then maybe we're going to try to get it live. Catch the Eagles live at a decent line, like -2.5, -1.5. But if I have to pick a side, it is Eagles for sure. Touchdown scoring-wise, Saquon's -175. Saquon. I like Saquon to score TD. We like Hurts to score TD. And you know what? Especially because of all the drama that's been coming on. Because this was actually going to be the first week I actually took him off, but because of the drama, A.J. Brown. If he doesn't score this week, we'll take him off until he scores again, and then we'll start adding him to the list. But I just think we're going to go with the trio. I don't think there's going to be too many touchdowns scored in this game, but I at least think we'll get 2 of the 3. It's just a matter of is it Jalen Hurts and Saquon or Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown. Saquon, A.J. Brown. I just know we're going to get 1 rushing touchdown. Jalen Hurts is going to throw a passing touchdown. It could end up not even being him. It could end up like Devontae Smith or if Dallas got it back, no. Grant Calcaterra could end up being him. Kenneth Gainwell might end up being tossed to him. But we're going to go with Saquon Hurts, A.J. Brown, keep it that simple. We'll probably take A.J. Brown's receiving over as well. I think there's a way they get him a bit more involved because, usually how it goes, you come out to the media and all this happens. It goes one of 2 ways. They either don't feed him at all or they're going to feed him a lot. And with how the Eagles have been, I think they're going to give him the ball a few times, especially because this is a game where the run could be an issue as well, playing against a very tough Steelers team. So they're going to need all hands on deck. So even if they don't want to throw him the ball too much, they might just have to, honestly. So moving on now. Lions -2.5 over the Bills. I actually got nothing here for you, betting-wise on the sides. I don't know. I think it's going to be a great game. Might just take the over 54.5. What did I give us? 54, 30. Let's try to make this as even as possible. 27-27. Yeah, I like it. We can get a 30-27, hit the over. So we'll take the over 54.5 in Lions-Bills. Bills, Lions, over 54.5. I don't mind that. We're going to take the running backs to score. So we're going to take Gibbs TD. We're going to take Monty TD. We're going to take especially Cook's TD because he had a bad game last time out. This is his lowest game as a pro, and they played down from the whole time. So I expect to get him more touches and everything. And then we're taking Josh Allen TD because he scores a lot. So we're going to take all 4 of those guys to score. Wide receiver-wise, that's going to be one where I live bet on because like last week, Tim Patrick was an amazing live bet for the Lions, and that was pretty much, you had to wait till live to know. Because once you start watching live, all of a sudden you're like, man, Amon-Ra's getting the key catches, but not as many in the goal line. And then you watch Tim Patrick get him in the goal line a little bit. It's like, all right, my guy. So, but it's going to be a live betting situation for that. Rushing prop-wise, we'll probably take Gibbs' rushing over. Cooks hasn't hit over 50 yards in the last I think 5 or 7 games or something like that. So I'm kind of scared to take anything there. And then Fireball Jones, Tim Patrick, as we're speaking of. So if his receiving over is anywhere under 25, we're taking the over. If it's in like the 30s, we'll just stay away. But he's been doing really good for us the last 2 or 3 games, so we're just going to stick with that for that part. But this is going to be a huge live betting game for me in the Bills-Lions just because so much can happen in that game, and I need to... Honestly, and I need to do some more research. I'm not going to lie to you. I need to do a little bit more looking into this game, so hopefully my Stare Down Sports article will have more juice in it about the Bills-Lions games. I'm very excited to watch this. I cannot wait, but I'm stuck. Like, I've seen them now from both sides. I'm just looking. It's like, all right, Gibbs, yeah, Monty, yeah, Josh Allen, James Cook, yeah, I like them too. It's like back, so I was like, tough game out, Lions did win it. They need to. Tough game out, Lions did win though, and they need to keep winning though for the Vikings behind them. Yeah. Look at the Bills. Amazing game by Josh Allen. They lose. Absolutely need to win. Coming off comes back. Yeah. It's just hard. I really can't figure it out. And if I'm playing a game of who needs to win more, and now the Bills are coming off a loss because originally I said the Lions because Vikings are breathing down their neck. But now that the Bills lost, hey, they don't want to go on a losing streak. So I know it's a little bit tough. Takes us to Monday Night Football. Sunday Night Football. Packers are minus 2.5. I'm going to put that in red. I can't get myself to bet on the Seahawks, but just not in this game. We did it the last few weeks. They've been really awesome to us. They've been playing really, really well. But I just can't. I can't get myself there in this game. Just not yet. I'm going to probably take some Josh Jacobs stuff because he seems to be the most steady person in their lineup at this point. Past that, Jordan Love, I want to take some passing stuff, but I can't do it. And then other than that, I'll admit, another game I need to do a little bit more research on because I don't know. This game, Lions-Bills game, Chargers, Bucks. Those are the 3 games I'm basically like stuck with finish the week. Where those are like the last 3 games where I'm still heavily need to like, all right, let me figure out who I really like on this side. Let me really figure out the sides on this. Especially when it comes to betting aspect. Monday Night Football, Vikings are 7.5 point favorites. Give me the Vikings minus 7.5. Vikings are 7-point favorites. Give me the Vikings minus 7. Bears got their doors blown off by the 49ers. This is a division game. It does make me really, really nervous, but they should realistically win this game. We'll take some Justin Jefferson's props. Especially with Jordan Addison going nuclear last game and getting the 3 touchdowns. JJ only getting 1. I feel like there's going to be an extra little love shown his way. I also am going to take some TJ Hawkinson score touchdown because he's been not the best since he's been back. He's been good, been okay. I'll look for him to hit the end zone, finally get him rolling a little bit to end the season, especially as they prepare for the Lions in the weeks upcoming. And for the Bears, maybe take Rowan Johnson, but Bears left a dirty-ass taste in my mouth last week, man. I'm still trying to scrub that shit out. I mean, I'm still sitting there, toothbrushes, still thinking about that. Oh, my God. Bears plus 7, that one play. I gave out. Bears plus... oh, my God, Bears. Oh, my God, Bears. Damn it, Bears. But, last game of the week, another Monday Night Football one. Raiders, 3.5 point favorites over the Falcons. 3.5 point dogs. Falcons are 3.5 point favorites. I don't like the hook at all. We'll probably do Kirk Cousins throw a touchdown pass. I do think this is a game where he can do it. But we're probably only going to bet him. We might do 2. Probably only do 1, though. The Falcons' offense has been pretty bad. Raiders-wise, we might take some Brock Bowers stuff, but I'm not going to lie to you. These 2 Monday Night Football games kind of stink. These are 2 games where it's like I'm going to feel like I have to force some props up, so I'm not going to be the happiest about it, but I can definitely find some stuff in this game, like for Brock Bowers, maybe find some Darnell Mooney stuff, maybe some Drake London, but like I'll be able to find some stuff, but it's like, I don't really, like, if these games were on Sunday and not on Monday, there's a good chance I wouldn't bet either of them. Or if I did, it would be just a side, like, oh, I'll bet Falcons to win, but Brock Bowers to score a touchdown. And that's it. Leave the game alone. But because they're Monday Night Football, check out my article on Stare Down Sports. We'll get a deep dive into this. But I do like the sides of the Falcons. And I do like the Vikings by 7.5. Prop-wise, though, I just need to do a little bit more research. See who's fully healthy, see who's playing and all that. And just overall, got to find some more. So that's going to do it for the NFL portion. And then we'll quickly finish up with some college talk. Rams plus, so these are all my bets. All my bets for this upcoming weekend. Rams plus 3, Cooper Kupp touchdown, Stafford over 1.5 passing touchdown, Israel Abandakanda anytime touchdown, only if Isaac Guerrero doesn't play. Commanders minus 7.5, Brian Robinson anytime touchdown and Brian Robinson's rush over. Bengals minus 4.5, Joe Burrow 3+ passing touchdowns, Jamar Chase TD, Chase Brown anytime touchdown, Jamar Chase receiving over. Chase Brown rush over, maybe? TJ Stroud, wrong one. Nico Collins plus 125 anytime touchdown. Devon Achane plus 110 anytime touchdown. Nico Collins over 88.5 receiving yards and Achane over 4.5 receptions. DeAndre Hopkins receiving over. Isaiah Pacheco anytime touchdown. Panthers minus 148 on the money line. Chuba Hubbard anytime touchdown. Adam Thielen anytime touchdown. And or receptions. I just can't figure out if I want to take the let's be honest. I'm indecisive on the touchdown and receptions part, which one I want to take. We're going to take CeeDee Lamb anytime touchdown as well. We're going to take some Devontae Adams props in the Jets game, and that's it for that game. So we're going to take his probably receiving over, receptions over, anytime touchdown, the good old trifecta. Colts plus 3 and Colts money line. I'm only giving out the plus 3. I'm taking the money line if you want to ride with me. Anthony Richardson or Jonathan Taylor anytime touchdown. I'm going to be taking both. I'd recommend taking at least one of them. I'd recommend AR the most out of all of them. And then we're going to take Michael Pittman's receiving over, maybe receptions over. New England Patriots plus 6.5. Ramondre Stevenson, anytime touchdown. Drake, oh no, that's a maybe. Chargers -3. Ladd McConkey receiving over, assuming he's healthy. Saquon Barkley touchdown. Jalen Hurts touchdown. A.J. Brown touchdown. A.J. Brown receiving over. A.J. Brown receptions over? I need to see what the number is. Bill Lions, game over 54.5. Gibbs, anytime touchdown. Monty, anytime touchdown. James Cook, anytime touchdown. Josh Allen, anytime touchdown. Tim Patrick receiving over. Jahmyr Gibbs rushing over. Maybe Packers -2.5, but we're for sure taking Josh Jacobs anytime touchdown. Probably take maybe Shaq Charbonnet, but that's a maybe, so we won't give it out there. Vikings -7.5. Not JJ McCarthy, excuse me. Justin Jefferson, that JJ, receiving over. TJ Hawkinson, anytime touchdown. Justin Jefferson, anytime touchdown. And then in the other game, we'll take Kirk Cousins pass over 2 passing touchdowns. Maybe. Like I said, that one I don't know about. I feel like you should this week, but feels disgusting giving it out. But man, that's going to do it for NFL. Quickly to go over, I guess not fully quickly, but to go over these college games. Army, -6.5, -112. Juice is moving that way. I would recommend getting Army before it moves to 7. I like Army -6.5 against Navy. I just think they've been the better team this year. Because these teams have played a lot of the similar teams, and you just look on based on how the games have went. Army's game against those teams have just gone way better than Navy's have. So I'm definitely on Army -6.5 there in that game. We're going to probably take Bryson Daly over 2 rushing touchdowns. That is +115. I like that. So we'll go Daly, 2+ rush TD. Or I guess it's just anytime touchdown, but it's going to be rushing most likely for him, so it helps. Anytime touchdown. +115. We're going to go Kanye Udo. Anytime touchdown at +145. And then we're probably going to take... Oh, damn it. That's hilarious. Quarterback's passing routes, 68.5 yards. Bryson Daly's rushing props, over 124.5. I do like Daly's rushing over in this game. Sorry, I had none of this written down. Did it all season. This is probably the first time in 3 years I've gone all season without writing anything down. So yeah, Bryson Daly's rushing over. Army -6.5. Bryson Daly 2+ rushing touchdowns. Kanye Udo anytime touchdown. And then Western Michigan, South Alabama. Won't lie to you, I really don't know for sure on either side. 74% of the money line bets are on Western Michigan, and 54% of the bets on the spread are on Western Michigan. I lean Michigan spread as well. Just overall, I don't know. I'll admit, I didn't get a good beat on either of these two teams, so I don't really know for sure. So our bets for sure for this college football weekend, though, for sure, Army-Navy. We got Army -6.5. Bryson Daly over 2+ rushing touchdowns. Kanye Udo anytime touchdown. Bryson Daly's rushing over. And we also have, we're going to take Western Michigan +7.5. We're going to take the points. Why not? Hopefully they can just keep it close for us. Because like I said, not fully for sure on this game. So now looking ahead to some of these other games on the slates upcoming. So we're talking about games that are happening Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all that. We're going to pretty much preview all the games up to, we'll go Friday. We won't preview any game Saturday. We'll preview games up to next Friday. Memphis, 2.5-point favorites over West Virginia. I think I lean Memphis there, but yeah, I'm not 100% sure. Western Kentucky, 8.5-point dogs, James Madison. After watching the way they played last game, UNLV, 1.5-point dogs to Cal in the money line. UNLV doesn't have the coach anymore. I don't know who's transferred out from there yet either, so that's going to be something interesting. Georgia Southern, 6.5-point favorites over Sam Houston. Really don't have a lane for you there. Jacksonville State, +115 against Ohio. I think you know where we're going in that game. That should be a really fun one. Tulane, 12.5-point dogs to Florida. I was going to say, I'm going to take Tulane +12.5, but they did just lose Mensa to the transfer portal. So I don't know. I might end up not betting that game at all. And then game of the night Friday that has my heart torn the most. 7.5-point favorites. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish over the 7.5-point dogs. Indiana, Hoosiers. We're going to take Notre Dame on the spread, Indiana on the money line, Indiana on the spread as well. I'm not going to lie to you, I'm probably going to have a bet on both sides of these games. I'm probably going to bet both teams to win the national championship. And we're just going to ride them out with both because Notre Dame has not been, Notre Dame's OG, Notre Dame's my team. I grew up being a huge Notre Dame fan. Still am a Notre Dame fan. Indiana, they're the team that won me money this year. Kirk Cignetti has my heart for the last 2 seasons with how well he's done. So I've just been a massive supporter of them this year. So that's going to be a tough one to decide between. But, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be fun, man. College football playoffs are going to be fun. And, hey, next week, man, on this show, Tuesday, we're going to be previewing it a little bit because we're going to basically talk NFL for probably 40, 50 minutes, quickly talk about Army-Navy, and then it's going to be re-previewing all those games we just talked about. So thank y'all for watching. Thanks for the support. Really do appreciate it. Probably not going to have an episode this Friday. I was going to do it originally. I'm probably going to have it next Friday. I'm going to text my boy about it. I'm not going to lie to you. With this, I got some stuff I want to get done this week too, and I got a busy day Friday, and along with the busy day Friday, to get him on bi-weekly like I originally wanted to, that Christmas would be the next bi-weekly for that. So if I just wait one more week, hopefully we can just keep him on bi-weekly and not affect anything. And then my boy, the Red Beard, we need to get him on soon. I'm going to be in talks with him about that, but that's coming in the near future. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for support. Love and appreciate the support. We'll be back Tuesday, most likely, to talk about some, basically the weekend that was. Week 15 in the NFL, talk about Army-Navy, and then prep for, like I said, the college football playoffs because, hey, it's playoff time. And don't forget your damn bowling shoes because after Army-Navy, it's bowling season.